I need your help, please subscribe my channel. The living room felt hollow, as if the air had been pulled out of it, leaving nothing but a crushing emptiness pressing down on my chest. I stood near the window, the pain cool against my palm, fogging faintly with each breath I released. Across from me, Claire sat curled tightly into the corner of the couch, her whole body pulled inward like she could fold herself out of existence. A mug rested between her hands, untouched for hours, the tea inside long gone cold. Her fingers were white around it, bones straining beneath skin. Pack your things and leave. The words scraped out of me in a low, jagged growl, rough and uneven like steel against stone. Her eyes lifted to mine, wide, glossy, reflecting the lamp's dull glow. For an instant, I thought I saw guilt swimming there, a flash of something human and raw. Or maybe it was defiance, just as fleeting, before she looked away, her lips quivering. 15 years. That's how long we'd carried each other through this life. Through cramped one-bedroom apartments where laughter filled the walls. Through nights under open skies where we whispered promises as though the stars themselves were witnesses. 15 years of her hand gripping mine when storms rolled through, of shared dreams, of battles fought together. And now all of it fractured. The truth hadn't arrived like a lightning strike. It seeped in, silent, slow, like water through a crack, until it filled every corner of us. The first sign had come 3 months earlier. I hadn't been snooping. I'd simply glanced at her phone while she was showering. A message. Meet me at the cafe, 7 o'clock. Don't tell him. The sender was Mark, her co-worker, the one with the careless grin. The man whose attention I had brushed off as harmless. I'd told myself not to be ridiculous. I'd convinced myself those words were nothing but work-related. But doubt doesn't die once planted. It grows, it festers. Now silence wrapped the room, heavy with accusations neither of us had spoken. The mantel clock ticked, each second thudding in my skull. My mind dragged me through every memory I'd tried to bury. The nights she slipped in late, hair tousled, blaming deadlines and meetings, her smile too thin, too forced. I'd believed her because I wanted to. Because love makes a man blind when he needs to see. But then came the receipts buried in her purse, meals for two, hotel bookings that never involved me. Each one a blade, small but cutting deeper than the last. Why? My voice cracked as I asked it, the sound brittle, betraying how torn apart I was inside. Claire placed the mug on the table with a small clink that sounded louder than it should have, sharp enough to make me flinch. She rose slowly, cautiously, like she was wading through a minefield. The lamp's glow caught in her auburn hair, sparks of red flickering. For a fleeting second, I felt the urge to pull her close, to erase reality with touch, but her words stopped me cold. I didn't mean for it to happen, she said softly, rehearsed steady. It was a mistake, David. A stupid, selfish mistake. Her gaze clung to mine, pleading for something, mercy, understanding. But beneath the tears, there was steel, a hardness I didn't know. Mark. He was there when I felt alone. You were always busy, always away. I needed someone to hear me. Her explanation hit harder than a fist, dressed in half-truths. Yes, I had worked late. Yes, I had chased stability, security. But I had done it for us, for the children we had once planned and never had. I thought of nights I cooked for two and ate alone. Of mornings I studied her face in sleep just to feel close to her. So this is my fault. My voice rose, sharp with disbelief, anger curling in my chest. You cheated, Claire. You lied for months. And now it's because I worked too hard. She winced, wrapping her arms around herself as though warding off the words. No, I know it's mine. I know. But I was drowning, David. And you didn't notice. You didn't see me. Her tears caught the light, glimmering like shards of broken glass. I wanted to believe her sorrow. I wanted it to dull the pain gnawing at me. But the image of her with him, laughing, leaning close, sharing pieces of herself that belonged to me, burned far too vividly. I turned back to the window, fingers gripping the sill until my knuckles ached. Outside, the street stretched dark, one porch light across the way flickering weakly. My mind returned to the night I knew for sure. 6 weeks ago. I had driven past her office because unease had sunk into me like lead. Her car wasn't in the lot. I'd found it parked near a bar, dim lights spilling across the pavement. I'd waited, telling myself I was foolish, paranoid, until the door opened and she came out. Her arm looped with his. Her head tipped back in laughter, a sound I hadn't heard from her in years. I'd driven home with trembling hands, my chest tight as a vice. How long? The question fell out in a whisper now, though I already knew. Her answer was barely audible. 6 months. It was just coffee at first, just talking. Then, she let the words fade, but I didn't need more. The silence finished the story. I turned to look at her. Small wrecked eyes red and wet. And still, the sight of her almost broke me. The questions clawed at me. How did we fall from vows to this? Instead, what slipped out was harsher, desperate. Did you love him? Her lips parted, then closed. That hesitation was all I needed. It gutted me. I don't know, she whispered at last. I thought I did, but it wasn't real. It wasn't us. Us. The word burned like acid. There is no us anymore, Claire. The finality in my own voice chilled me. Like stepping into water too deep. My mind flashed with images. Our wedding day, her dress glowing in sunlight. Her smile brighter than anything else in the world. Nights spent imagining children, building futures, growing old together. All of it turned to ash in an instant. She stepped closer, hand outstretched, but I recoiled. The gap between us stretched wide, unbridgeable. Don't, I said sharp. Just don't. Her hand fell limply to her side. She nodded, tears spilling, and the silence swallowed us whole until she finally spoke. I'll go. I'll pack tonight. She turned toward the stairs, moving slowly, as if gravity itself was fighting her. I watched her retreat, my heart twisted in grief, fury, and some lingering love I wished I could kill. Then my eyes caught the gleam of her phone left on the coffee table. It buzzed, screen lighting up. A message. From him. Mark, I told him. It's over. Come to me. The words stole my breath. Fresh betrayal seared through me. Sharper than every wound before. She hadn't ended it. She'd chosen him, even now. I placed the phone back down, my hands unsteady, and stared toward the stairs where she'd vanished. The house creaked and shifted like it was alive. Every sound a reminder of secrets buried in its walls. And then something inside me hardened. She wouldn't walk out of here, and into his arms. Not tonight. Not like this. I snatched my keys from the counter, the metal biting cold into my palm, and walked out the door. If this was going to end, it would not end quietly. Not cleanly. And it would damn well not end on her terms.